Hey, what's up everyone, Vortex here and welcome back to Vortex Raid Shadow Legends. In today's video guys, we're gonna talk about a topic that I see quite often on Facebook, on the groups of Raid Shadow Legends, on Discord, even on YouTube. And the question is always the same from everyone, and it sounds like this. I just pulled X and Y champion. What is the best build for that champion, right? Or it's something like, I build my champion this way, but it doesn't do a lot of damage. Can you guys show me the best build for it so I can make mine better, you know? And this is an important topic, and I thought, let me share with you guys a little bit of my experience. I don't have that much, okay? There are other content creators out there who are a ton better than me at this game, but I can still share my opinion, my thoughts, my experience, what I've learned so far playing the game. So yeah, I'm gonna make this video. I'm gonna teach you guys how to check and learn what's the best build for the champion that you want, okay? There are a couple of things that you need to follow and check, but it's actually really easy, okay? So yeah, that will be the topic for this video, guys. So let's go to the video and I will show you exactly what I'm talking about. Alright, so when it comes to champions, guys, I would say the first thing that you need to keep in mind, it's when in doubt, just go on YouTube and follow some of the guides for these champions that you want. Now, I understand that a lot of people, they don't like to go for these champion guides on YouTube, mainly because a lot of these content creator out there, you know, like Ash, Hellhades, Nabraids, YST, wherever it is, whoever it is, they have like an endgame account and with endgame gear, you know, and a lot of the times that gear that they showcase for that champion, it doesn't really fit with the one that you have, okay? You might not even have the gear that they show you, or it might not have, or you might have the gear but you don't have the stats that they show you, right? So it makes it a little bit difficult for you to actually follow what they're saying and use the sets that they are showcasing, right? But still, I think it's a good idea to go and check, because even though you might not have the gear that they show you or with the stats that they show you, at least you get an idea of what you should do with that champion. However, if you're like me, the way I like to do my things, it's I build the champion. If let's say I pull a new champion, I build him the way I want, okay? And if I see like there's something wrong with my build and with my champion, then I go and I check some YouTube guides, you know, and see what other people are doing, and maybe get some ideas here or there. Also, there is an amazing software that you can use, and it's the Hellhades software. You can use that one if you want. I will actually I will try to put a link in the description if I remember by the end of the video, so you guys can go and download it and use it. It's really amazing. I'm doing quite a lot using that one for my teams, you know, in terms of finding the best gear for my champions. Let's say I need one piece of gear that has a little bit more speed. Instead of going and looking through all the gear from other champions that I have, you know, I just go on Hellhades and you will find it automatically for me, because it is connected to to your account, and this way it will show you exactly that piece of gear that you need, and you will find it for you, and you can come back to the game and find it easily and use it for your champions. So that's another way to find the best gear for the champs. But let's say you don't care about any of this. You don't care about the Hellhades software. You don't care about watching YouTube videos. You just want to do it your own at home, you know, find the best gear, succeed or fail with that build, but you want to do it on your own without looking what other people are doing. So how do you know exactly what type of gear you should use for a champion, right? So let's start with step number one. Step number one is, first you need to identify what type of champion you have. Is it a support? Is it an HP, an attack, or a defense, right? These are the four types of champion that you have in the game. So what that means, a defense champion, it means his damage scales based on defense. An attack champion, his damage will be scaled on attack. An HP champion, his damage will be scaled from HP. A support, however, it kind of depends, okay? There are some support champions that can actually do quite a lot of damage, but their damage is a bit different. So for example, on Lady Mikage, she is doing damage based on attack, okay? I think it's for both forms, if I'm not mistaken. Yeah, but for example, someone like Gizmak, he's a mythic, another mythical. He is another support champion in his base form, and he's an HP champion in his alternate form. So for example, in his base form, his damage is scaling based on attack, right? In his alternate form, his damage is based on HP and defense. So you can see someone like Gizmak, it's kind of hard to build. You really need to understand exactly where you should focus all your stats. But most of the champion, but he's a mythical, so you know, it's a completely different question when you talk about mythicals in this game. But when it comes to like legendaries, they're kind of easy to understand exactly what you need to look for. Okay, so like Elder Skark, he's an attack champion, so obviously his damage is scaled based on attack. So that's what you need to look for. Okay, so now you identified the type of champion that you have. You know where his damage is coming from. So what is the stat that you need to focus on, right? What's the next step? I would say the next step is look through the skills of the champion, right? So let's take Lady Mikage as an example, because she's the perfect example for this scenario. So when you look at her skills, what she's doing? She's doing ally attacks, this is one of the best skills in the game. I love this skill, okay? She is doing basically everything. Now, as far as I know, I don't think there's any champion in the game who can do this in one skill. A lot of the champions, they do somehow half of it, okay? Either they increase or decrease the buffs or the debuffs, you know, but not everything in one skill. She has a bunch of skills that you need her to get to these skills as fast as possible, right? For example, this ally attack, it's on the 5 turns right now. It will be on 4 turns if I book her, but still I don't want to wait 4 turns for her to come back with the ally attack, right? The same goes for her alternate form. She has this one to remove all the buffs from the enemies and place a weaken. She has this one to attack enemies and stun them. She has this one to decrease the turn meter and put to sleep. Like, I want her to do all of this as fast as possible, right? So what do? I go for Relentless, okay? Lady Mikage, it's a perfect example of why of a champion that needs Relentless, okay? I want her to go through the skills as fast as possible, you know, go there and do all the increased attacks and decrease damage with the ally attack, strip the buffs, you know, stun people. This is an example of a champion that needs Relentless. So when I look to the skills of a champion like her, I see that she has a lot of cool stuff. So my first thought is Relentless. I want her to get as fast as possible through her skills. When you look at someone like Sun Wukong, for example, yeah, he's another great example. You look through his skills, he steals the buffs from the enemies, he's placing block debuffs, you know, he's doing this attack here, he ignores the defense, places the sheep, has his A1 where he's stunning. So when you look at this, you see that he's stealing buffs, right? He's placing debuffs quite a lot, okay? So he has the stun, the sheep, the block buffs. So obviously you need to think about accuracy, okay? It means he is in his kit, he has something that is buffing and that is helping your team quite a lot. So you need to look for accuracy for him. At the same time, we know he's a very strong nuker with his A2, so at the same time you need to look for a lot of damage. So you need to look for a lot of for 100% crit rate and crit damage. In my case, I don't have him with 100% crit rate, but there's a reason why I don't care about that. He's at 94, which is not bad, it's still good, but I don't care about that because I pair him with Gizmak, and Gizmak, his A3, he will buff with crit rate, right? He's increasing crit rate, crit damage speed, so I don't care about putting 100% crit rate on Sun Wukong. So, going back to Sun Wukong, for example, we know he's doing a lot of damage, which means we need a set like Lethal or Savage, or if you don't have Lethal or Savage, you can go for a Cruel set, right? And at the same time, he needs some Perception gear, so he can get some extra accuracy, okay? So this is kind of the way you have to look at the champion. You need to look through the skills and you need to see what he's doing, and if he needs accuracy, if he needs more damage. When you think about someone like the Duchess, for example, you want your Duchess, she's a support one. She's doing revives, you know, perfect veils. She's helping your team to get less damage from AoE attacks. So obviously you want her in stone skin, right? So I went for stone skin pretty much everywhere I could find some. I wish I could find a ring and an amulet for her, so I can have a complete stone skin, but I'm okay with what she has so far. She's the perfect example of a champion that needs stone skin. She's the support, and I want her to be alive as long as possible so I can revive my champions if they die. So this is kind of the way you do it, guys, okay? Look at the type of the champion, learn where to focus all your damage, if any damage, of course. In Duchess's case, for example, she's not doing damage, so obviously I don't care about crit rate or crit damage. I've tried, I think after I pulled her for a while, I tried to go for like damage on her to see if she's doing damage, and she's not doing damage, okay? She's doing, but just a little bit. It's really not important, which is why I don't care about crit rate or crit damage. So what I care about, it's a lot of HP, defense, a lot of resistance, even though mine, she's not even with the best gear, okay? I want speed on her because I want her to go before my nuker so he can buff them with increased attack and stuff like that, you know? For example, you look at someone like Artak, right? Artak, for example, he has a lot of AoE on his kit. So he's doing AoE damage, he's placing burns, he's activating them. So obviously he needs accuracy, but also because he's doing AoE damage in all of his skills, you might want him in stun gear, okay? Because this way you get the chance to stun all the enemies. And when it comes to Artak, he doesn't do pretty much any damage on his own. Most of his damage comes from the HP burn, which is why you don't focus on him on crit rate or crit damage, okay? Even though crit damage is still okay, but what you focus on him, because he's an HP champion, you focus on HP as much as you can, a lot of accuracy so you can place the HP burn and then you activate them, put some speed on him, and that's it, you know? So you make him a little bit tough, you put him in stun gear so he can stun some people, and yeah, that's it. That's how you find. For example, when you look at someone like Arbiter, you know Arbiter, she has in her kit this skill where she's filling up the turn meters of your champions, you know, she heals them, put an increased attack. There's a reason why people use Arbiter as a leader on the arena team, for example, yeah, because she has like 30% speed in arena, and she's increasing the turn meters. So obviously you need to put on her as much speed as you can. Mine, she sits at 306, which is really slow compared to what other people are doing. I've seen arbiters out there with 350 or 400% speed, okay? So again, you can see here, I have her in broken sets, okay? Not all the sets are speed or whatever, you know, righteous or whatever it is, like the speed set, you know. What I care about is having as much speed. When I get a weapon with 3 speed here, okay, or this shield here with another 2, obviously I'm gonna use this one rather than having, I don't know, this one that has only 1 speed, you know, as a weapon. So that's why, for example, like I said, you need to look for specific things for that champion. The same goes for someone like Lissandra. Lissandra, she's another one who's very good in speed. She has this one that places increased speed. She fills the turn meter of the allies. She decreases the turn meter of the enemies. So again, you want her with speed. So you look for all the speed that you can find anywhere. Okay, mine, she's sitting at 290 at the moment. So she's not fast, but she's pretty fast anyway. That's how you look for the right gear, guys, okay? So yeah, that's it. That's how you find out how to gear your champions. Look through the skills, look at what type of champion you have, and think about what those skills are good for your team, okay? And where you can use that champion, and try to find the correct gear for it. And again, if you don't know, if you have doubts, you just go on Hell Hades website, go there, check, see the champions, see what gear they use for those champions, or you can follow any champion guide on YouTube and see if what you've done is correct, it's good or not. So guys, that was the video. I hope you guys learned something from it. You know, this, like I said, this is the way I do it when I build a champion. I look through the skills and everything. I hope you guys learned something from this video. If you did, please like and subscribe, and I'll see you in the next one. Bye.